Hello, everybody. Talking about Romeo and Juliet, Act 5, Scene 2. This will be a short one. It's a pretty short scene, but I'm going to keep them individual just to avoid any confusion. So we're in Friar Lawrence's cell. Friar John comes in. Remember, and just to review, in the previous scene, we witnessed Balthazar, Romeo's servant, coming and mistakenly telling him that Juliet is dead. So Friar John obviously must have been the person that the friar sent to go give Romeo the true information that Juliet will be, waking up. So he's surprised to see him, right? And he says, this should be that same voice of Friar John. Welcome to Mantua. What says Romeo? And he tells him that he went there and he was not able to get in, suspecting that we were both in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth. So he was not able to get into Mantua. The timing of that, Balthazar was able to get in. uh, the friar was not able to get in, right? Which is kind of a not so amusing coincidence. Infectious pestilence would be a reference to the bubonic plague. In other words, they're having, yes, a pandemic, uh, and he couldn't get in, right? So again, it could be a coincidence, but it seems like fate is working against them, right? The timing of that, and it's up to us to decide what Shakespeare wants us to think. But it seems like almost too much of a coincidence, like they just can't win, right? So that's what happened, right? So who bore my letter to Romeo? And he said, I could not send it. Here it is again. So he still got the letter. We already know that Romeo didn't get it. The friar knows now too. And of course, he says to himself, unhappy fortune. The letter was not nice. Nice would mean like trivial. And the neglecting may do much danger because he knows that that Romeo's, of course, is going to freak out, right? Of course. So he says, get me an iron crow and bring it straight into my cell, like a crowbar, basically, right? And he said, now must I to the monument alone. Within these 3 hours will fair Juliet awake. So think of the timing of this that's building up to this climax. The friar is on his way there. He could let Romeo know that Juliet is not dead. Romeo is on his way to the tomb. She could wake up at any minute before he gets there or while he's there before he kills himself. But if neither of those things happens um, in a short enough time, then we know what Romeo is going to do. He already has the poison with him, right? So he's running there, and we will see what happens. Obviously, the climax of the story is on its way here. Okay, that's all scene 2.